Gentlemen, I'm Dr. Nash, and as a men's health expert specializing in wellness after 60, I've heard one question echo time and again. Why is that spark dimming even when everything else feels fine? You're not alone in that thought. Many men over 60 face a quiet struggle with intimate desires, and it's rarely about a simple physical problem. The real culprit? Often it's hidden shame and self-doubt holding you back. But here's the good news. You can absolutely reignite that fire. Today, I'm sharing 3 powerful practices to help you decode those insecurities, embrace self-compassion, and truly regenerate desire from within. We'll build confidence, banish shame, and bring deeper joy back into your life. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover a unique perspective that changes everything about intimate well-being after 60. Let's get started.
Gentlemen, let's talk openly for a moment. Have you ever found yourself avoiding intimate moments? Not because your body couldn't respond, but because a deeper, quieter voice inside whispered, "What if I can't?" Or perhaps you've dismissed a fleeting desire, thinking, "That's just for younger men." If those thoughts sound familiar, you're tapping into something very real that many men over 60 experience: the hidden weight of sexual shame. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding a subtle yet powerful force at play. My work as a men's health expert shows me time and again that while we often focus on the physical aspects of aging, the psychological roots of our intimate struggles run far deeper. What does that mean? It means your sexual psychology, how you think and feel about your sexuality, can be just as, if not more, impactful than any physical change. We're conditioned from a young age with certain ideas about performance, virility, and what masculinity means in the bedroom. As our bodies naturally evolve with age, these old blueprints can clash with new realities, leading to feelings of inadequacy, embarrassment, or even guilt. This isn't just a fleeting thought. It's a deep-seated feeling that can affect your entire being. Here's a powerful truth. Medical research consistently shows that psychological factors account for a significant portion of the reported declines in sexual activity among older men. It's not always about circulation or hormones. For instance, a report from the Cleveland Clinic highlights that emotional and mental factors like stress, anxiety, depression, and past negative experiences can profoundly impact sexual function and desire, often independently of physical health. It's about how historical perceptions and personal narratives contribute to senior insecurities, subtly eroding confidence and diminishing the natural flow of desire. What happens if we let this shame fester? Well, the consequences can ripple far beyond the bedroom. This psychological burden can drain your overall energy, leading to increased fatigue and a general lack of zest for life. Emotionally, it can manifest as heightened anxiety, a dip in mood, and even contribute to memory issues as your mind is constantly battling internal conflict. Physically, chronic stress from unresolved shame can impact hormone balance and overall vitality. It becomes a vicious cycle that depletes your natural confidence and vitality. Now, let's bust a common misconception. Many men mistakenly believe that once desire fades, or if there's a physical hiccup, it's a permanent failure, and that addressing it is somehow unmanly or just for doctors. That's simply not true. It's a normal part of the human experience to have psychological blocks, and addressing them is a sign of strength and self-respect. So, where do we begin? A simple, powerful first step you can take at home is to start practicing mindful self-awareness. Just for a few minutes each day, consciously observe your thoughts and feelings about your body and intimacy without judgment. If a negative thought arises, acknowledge it, but gently redirect to a thought of appreciation for what your body can do, or a simple positive affirmation like, "I am worthy of pleasure and connection."
This small shift begins to rewire your sexual psychology from a place of shame to one of acceptance and potential. It's about remembering that a healthy mind truly is where desire will come. Gentlemen, in our last segment, we discussed the hidden weight of sexual shame and its roots in our psychological makeup. Now that we understand where these feelings can come from, the crucial next step is actively cultivating self-love and acceptance in your intimate journey. This isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about facing those challenges and your evolving self with profound kindness rather than harsh self-criticism. Think of it as building an inner sanctuary where your self-worth is unwavering. Many men, understandably, fall into the trap of self-criticism when their bodies or desires don't match youthful expectations. This common mistake, this self-inflicted pressure, often leads to a withdrawal from intimacy entirely. Some might believe self-love is soft or unmasculine, when in reality it's the bedrock of genuine confidence and resilience. Without it, the burden of insecurity only grows, impacting not just your intimate life, but also your overall zest for living. Chronic self-judgment can quietly chip away at your mental energy, contribute to feelings of anxiety or even mild depression, and certainly dim your natural vitality. It's tough to feel vibrant when you're constantly battling yourself. So how do we start building this powerful foundation of self-love? It begins with simple yet incredibly powerful practices you can easily integrate into your daily life right at home. Positive affirmations. Begin each day with a simple statement of self-worth related to your body and sexuality. Try saying, "My body is capable of pleasure and connection at any age," or "I accept and appreciate my changing body." These aren't magic spells, they're gentle redirects for your mind. Breathing techniques to calm negative emotions. When feelings of anxiety or inadequacy arise, whether before an intimate moment or just in daily reflection, pause. Try a calming 4-7-8 breathing exercise. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 7 counts, then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this a few times. This simple act helps to instantly reduce performance anxiety by calming your nervous system and bringing you back to the present moment. Mindful body scan. Spend just a few minutes mindfully scanning your body. Lie down or sit comfortably. Starting from your toes and moving up to your head, simply acknowledge sensations without judgment. Notice any tension, any warmth, any feeling. This helps to restore body connection and encourages a more positive, accepting perspective on your evolving physical self. Common misconception. Many believe physical changes mean the end of desire or intimate satisfaction. Reality. Desire is deeply rooted in mindset and emotional well-being, which can be actively cultivated and nurtured at any age. Practicing self-love isn't a quick fix. It's a profound shift in how you relate to yourself. It's about remembering that your worth isn't tied to performance or age, but to your inherent being. By integrating these simple practices, you'll begin to notice shifts not just in your intimate confidence, but in your overall energy, mental clarity, and joy. You're giving yourself permission to thrive.
In our journey to decode sexual insecurities and embrace self-compassion, we've explored powerful practices you can do at home. But what happens when those deep-seated feelings of shame or anxiety just won't budge? Perhaps you've tried the exercises, but that quiet voice of self-doubt still lingers, or the desire just isn't there despite your best efforts. This is a common situation for many men over 60, and it's a crucial point where we need to talk about when to seek help and the path to regenerating desire with professional support. Understand this. Sometimes insecurities run deep, and practical tips alone aren't enough, and that's perfectly normal. Recognizing when to seek professional help is not a sign of weakness. It's a profound act of self-strength and self-care. We consult specialists for our hearts, our joints, our vision. Why not for our emotional and intimate well-being? Your psychological support for aging is just as vital as any physical checkup. This support comes from mental health professionals, including therapists specializing in sexual psychology or men's mental health. They offer a safe, confidential space to truly understand complex emotions, process past experiences that might be holding you back, and develop tailored strategies for self-acceptance. Unlike a casual chat with a friend, a therapist provides objective, trained guidance to help you navigate these often unspoken challenges. Here's a compelling point, backed by research. Studies, including those highlighted by institutions like Harvard Medical School, consistently show that seeking professional psychological support can significantly improve not only sexual satisfaction, but also overall quality of life for older adults. It's about helping men navigate complex emotional landscapes that impact their well-being, including intimacy. Ignoring these deeper emotional blocks can lead to a cascade of negative consequences: persistent low energy, increased risk of anxiety and depression, impaired memory from chronic stress, and a continued erosion of your natural vitality and connection to life. One major misconception I often encounter is the idea that discussing intimate challenges with a therapist is embarrassing or only for those with serious problems. The truth is, it's a proactive step toward maintaining a fulfilling life. Another mistake is waiting too long, allowing these issues to become more deeply ingrained. By actively engaging in self-compassion and, when needed, integrating professional guidance, you create the fertile ground for restoring natural desire. This isn't about forced arousal or taking a pill for desire. It's about systematically removing the psychological barriers so your inherent capacity for intimacy and pleasure can flourish once more, naturally and authentically. Remember, your body is not broken. It's simply asking for a different kind of attention and understanding now, attention that sometimes requires a specialist's touch. So, how can you take a small step today? Consider exploring reputable online directories or asking your primary care physician for referrals to therapists specializing in men's health or sexual health. A quick search for licensed therapists, men's health, your city or state can be a great starting point. It's an investment in your holistic well-being.
Gentlemen, as we conclude our conversation today, remember this profound truth. Your vitality, your desire, and your capacity for connection are not defined by age, but by how compassionately you engage with yourself. We've uncovered that the true hidden weight on your intimate life often isn't just physical. It's the subtle yet pervasive impact of sexual shame and self-doubt. And the most valuable lesson? You have the power to reignite that inner fire by cultivating self-compassion, leading to a much richer, more fulfilling life. You see, for over 30 years, I've had the privilege of walking alongside men like you, witnessing firsthand how a shift in mindset can unlock incredible new chapters. The simple, practical advice I want to leave you with today is this: commit to one small act of self-kindness every single day. Maybe it's 5 minutes of mindful breathing, acknowledging your body with appreciation, or simply replacing a critical thought with an affirming one. These tiny habits, consistently practiced, compound into massive change. Think of it as gently tending to your inner garden. With patience and presence, beautiful things will bloom.